Today's dating. Today, I think we're gonna talk about how when you try to be liked, you lose yourself in that process. It starts off small. You change how you talk around certain people, may act a little different. You had the parts you feel too weird, too different, and before you know it, you've built a new version of yourself that everybody likes, except you. It's strange. It's a weird kind of emptiness. You get all this external attention and yeah, attention, but internally it's hollow. It's an empty shell. The praise doesn't hit right cuz deep down you know they're not really liking you. They're liking the masks that you show. The mask that you made and that you're wearing. That's what they like. Not really you. Trying to fit in by softening who I was. I used to do that back in middle school. It kind of died down in high school. I started embracing myself more. What makes me weird, what makes me funny. I just said fuck it. But back in middle school, I'd try to hide what makes me me because I think that'd be a little too weird. Weird. Like you know how here's a great point. You know how when people be making posts and shit online, some of them be talking about when you use group A humor with group B of friends. That's the kind of shit that is. You know, you change up depending on what crowd you're around. Cause if it really didn't matter, then you just use the same group humor with everybody. Cause you'd be you, you know? But truth is when you spend too long pretending, you start forgetting what's real. Now let's say there's some good kind of pretending, like when you aren't really confident but you fake and pretend to be confident. That's kind of good. You know, you're with that scenario, you're faking it until you make it. You know, you're acting like you have confidence until you really just have that confidence. So it kind of depends on the context, but we crave approval so bad we'll trade our identity for it. And every time you get that small dose of validation, hint, call back to last video, it teaches your brain that pretending works, so you keep doing it until one day you look in the mirror and you don't really know who you are. That's the cost of being liked. You stop being someone. The saddest part, when people finally accept you, it doesn't fix the emptiness because they've never met you in the first place. And then you realize all the love you gain means nothing if you had to lose yourself to get it. I took a little minute to unlearn that in high school. You know, it wasn't a instant shift from people pleasing to being myself. It was a slow process, but you know, I got there. And you know, it's just a lot of not performing for claps, performing because you wanted to perform. You know, I'd rather be real and disliked than to be liked and be fake. You can't please everyone. That's all it boils down to for real. You can't please everyone. And if you try to do that, you're just in a lose-lose situation. That's that's what losing yourself trying to be liked by everyone is. If you've ever had that kind of situation or something, comment down, let me know. Don't forget to leave suggestions, feedback, anything that y'all want to see.